Hi, my name is Ingemar Hunnings, a lead consultant at Honey's Consultancy. I wanted to talk today about people from Canada who want to qualify as solicitors of England and Wales. So we have helped a number of Canadians, and so I thought it was worthwhile doing a specific video with regard to Canada. Now, so qualifying as a solicitor of England and Wales, let me just start with some basics. Then I'm going to deal with people who are not yet qualified as Canadian lawyers, and then people who are qualified as Canadian lawyers. So the SRA, the Solicitors Regulation Authority, has changed the way that you can qualify as a solicitor of England and Wales. It used to be the LPC route that was superseded in 2021 by the SQE, the Solicitors Qualification Exam. And some of you may have heard of QLTS, the Qualified Lawyers Transfer Scheme. That was ended then in 2021. We're in a transition period currently at the point of recording this, which is the end of June 2025. That transition period will come to an end. Now then, the old LPC route is disappearing. We're talking about the SQE. I'm going to share my screen and use this to aid us in discussing this. Under the SQE route, there are these four elements that are required, okay? You have to have a degree or degree equivalent, so it does not have to be a law degree. You have to pass exams. You have to have a minimum of 2 years full-time equivalent qualifying work experience confirmed to the SRA by an SRA regulated solicitor, and the usual stuff about proving your identity, good character, and all that sort of stuff, which applies whichever system you're in. Now, there may be some exemptions and such like. I'll explain those in a moment. But that's the basics of what is required. I'm now going to start talking about people who are not qualified as Canadian lawyers. So for you, you will not be able to apply for an exemption from any of those exams, with one caveat. If you have sat the old LPC exam and passed it, you could trade that in currently against the SQE, and the SRA is very likely to grant you an exemption from the SQE1 exam. You'll still have to sit and pass the SQE2 exam. Now, we're in a transition period. That ability to trade that in will disappear. I'm not quite sure when, but that's the only way that you, as a non-qualified person, can get any exemption from that. You will have to have a minimum of 2 years full-time equivalent qualifying work experience confirmed to the SRA by an SRA regulated solicitor. So if there's a solicitor in your organization who can do that, brilliant, very simple, straightforward. Ask them, get their permission. You go onto the SRA website, your My SRA profile. You go to the appropriate place, put in their details, probably easiest via their SRA number. That should then prompt the SRA website to ask them to go and do the confirmation. They follow the link, click on what permission, whatever it is there to say that, yes, you've done that, it's all okay. You should get an email back that it's been confirmed. If, however, you don't have someone in the organization to do the confirmation of your QWE or the sign-off, then you can use an external solicitor for that. And that's a service that I've provided. I've done this for over 140 people as we stand currently at the end of June 2025. And these are people from all over the world, including people from Canada. And that's a service we provide to help you. Your QWE, you can reach back in time for it. It does not have to be done in a law firm. It could have been done in Canada or somewhere else. So long as it is QWE. So this is our website, and it's one of the services here, QWE External Confirming Solicitor Service. So there's information about that there. We always offer to do a free, no obligation Zoom to go through all of this, to explain what the process is, but also for me to check that it is appropriate for me to assist you with this, apart from anything else, for me to check whether I agree that the work you've been doing is qualifying work experience, because in the end, it's me putting my qualification in jeopardy as I am confirming that to the SRA effectively on their behalf. So if you're not qualified as a lawyer, that element we can help with by doing that external confirmation of your QWE. Now, if you are qualified as a Canadian lawyer, it's open to you to apply for exemption from the SQE2 exam. That's only available to people who are qualified already as lawyers. And there are certain requirements the SRA has. If I go to this page on the SRA website, you'll see that they've now broken it down by lots of states within Canada. And the requirements vary slightly. Okay, so do check. Okay, and if you're asking me, please tell me which states that you're qualified in. So you can see here, well, obviously you need to put in your application, you would need to pay their fee, which currently is £265. You would need to have evidence of your professional qualification, so an admission certificate or certificate of good standing. I probably do the admission certificate. You would need to obtain probably draft for your supervisor, someone who directly supervised you, your work, evidencing at least 12 months legal work experience post-qualification. And you need to submit evidence of their qualification as well. Okay, now it says 12 months legal work experience post-qualification for someone qualified in Yukon, Saskatchewan, so if it's on Quebec, 18 months. Okay, Prince Edward Island, 12 months again. Okay, Ontario, 24 months, but if some of it was part of the mandatory period of training required before you qualified, then that is discounted. So let's say you had 12 months as a mandatory pre-qualification period. The qualification proves that, and so then it would be the remaining 12 months as required. So it will vary state by state, okay? So we will need to do some more investigation into that. So this is something that we do help with. We give advice on this. We have a fairly simple template reference letter, and we would then review your draft that you drafted for your supervisor and indeed your application form. So the charge for that, as you would expect, and you can see on our website through from here, there's a whole page about that. So if you have questions, email me. I'll email you back with quite a bit of advice, but then also explaining what the charges would be for the service that we provide should you wish to take that up. My personal view is I provided everything for free on here and with the SRA website, but some people want me to hold their hands through the process, in which case, well, you can actually see there's a flat fee here. Plus that if you are outside the UK. So I hope that's of some assistance to you. It sort of clears up some of the fog of what you can do. We do have a lot of videos on our YouTube channel, so please do feel free to go here and watch those. The pink ones are to do with the SQE, QWE, and exemptions, the Q&A sessions here. The green one is the full webinars that I do. Other colors are to do with other things like compliance support that we do and a case management system that we support, LEAP. We also support Clio, which is a Canadian case management system. So yeah, there we go. And please do subscribe. I'm trying to get the numbers up here. That would be fantastic. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope that, well, maybe some of you I'll speak to in the future and be able to help. So good luck with your journey, and I wish you all the best.